one other thing I needed to mention. I'm not slamming on you if you are a pirate. I'm not.
I am. I'm a ninja. So.
Oh no!
Not that
different kind of pirate.
Yeah, I'm still slamming on you. You are what's wrong with the anime industry pirates.
No. I'm not talking about anime piracy.
Okay, then we're fine. I don't care about it.
I will tell you right now, there's an awesome program if you want to check it out. Check out Adobe Audition. You can find it on the Pirate Bay.
Yeah.
Any kind of torrent, look for Adobe Audition. You can do different tracks on it, but honestly, does anybody, how many people in here own a PC? Anybody operating off of a Mac? You, sir, will have probably the best recording software available for a podcast. GarageBand. GarageBand works. Okay, I encourage you to at least download one episode of the unofficial One Piece podcast. Not only do they break theirs into tracks, like they have a structure kind of like us. They talk about, the manga. They do 2 a week. They talk about the manga on one episode. And let's say you're not current with One Piece and you don't want the spoiler of the manga, but you want to listen to the rest of the good stuff in the show, right? Well, that manga recap is a whole track in and of itself. So when it's on your iPod, skip. And you can go right to the next segment without getting any spoiler or anything. And they have different images for different tracks. Like, I've got it kind of set up that way on YouTube, but with Rock Band, you can actually do that. And
you mean GarageBand?
Oh, yeah, GarageBand.
And if I could have recorded a podcast with Rock Band, we'd have had some badass right.
If I could record a podcast with Rock Band, I would be completely smashed while doing it.
See, I have that marketable skill in Rock Band where I can actually get up on the microphone without being drunk.
Oh, no. I usually get hammered to prove a point.
Oh, there you go.
It's like, dude, I can play better than you can right now, completely shit-faced.
Anyway, back to podcasting. Sorry.
Yeah, we all right. I am an explicit podcaster, so if my language offends you, I apologize. We tried doing this for the panel, our Naruto panel that we did. We were like, look, we're gonna try and keep it PG-13, but if the F-bomb gets dropped more than once in here, it's a rated R podcast, and we're not holding back anymore. Sure enough, an audience member said the F-word. No. We had little kids in there. I was like, seriously, we got little kids in here, so just
Thankfully, there aren't any small children unless they're hiding under a chair, in that corner.
They're hiding under a chair. But what were we talking about?
Well, you were talking about
GarageBand is a really wonderful tool to use, and you can actually record from a Skype conversation with Rock Band or with GarageBand. I know. Yeah.
I can use Skype and Rock Band. Holy crap!
I know, right? No, but you can record your conversation from Skype with GarageBand, I believe. I haven't talked to Nathan in a minute, but I'm pretty sure that's what he said is he can do that. And I was like, oh, how do I get Rock Band? He was like, do you have a PC? I was like, GarageBand, yes. How do I get GarageBand? I play Rock Band. I don't have a Mac, so I never really think of GarageBand, so screw it. But yeah, I was trying to ask him how I got a hold of GarageBand, and there is no GarageBand for PC, unfortunately. There are some that are kind of similar. But honestly, if you're trying to, give yourself a decent fighting chance at a budget, I would say Audacity, probably the best way to go. And honestly, seriously, go onto Google and look up podcasting with Audacity. They actually have video tutorials to show you how to edit your podcast in Audacity. That is how I learned to do it. That's how I do it. That's how Mom does it.
That's the way it's always been.
That's how America does it, and it's worked pretty well so far. I am Iron Man.
We still have some time, so I want to make sure we've covered.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Do not apologize. It's okay. It's not your fault.
No. I'm just glad that Tina's not here because she's like 5 times worse than I am.
Well, let's not beg on Tina.
My Naruto is on crack.
We've talked about hosting. We've talked about the equipment you need. We've talked about Audacity and some of the software. Is there? Again, I know nothing about the technical side. I'm the schmoozer. I'm the guy that talks to everybody.
I need you to jump on my crew so I can finally get a hold of Yuri Lowenthal to get him on my podcast.
I can try.
Because apparently he doesn't know how to answer his emails.
There's
a limit.
Yeah, like.
Well, I don't go, like, I sent him an email 2 weeks later, I'm like, but you said you wanted to be on, you said you wanted to schedule the day, then you missed your day.
Are you doing the technical side and the organization?
I'm doing it all,
yeah. You need like a buddy. You even need a Dylan or a John. Pick one and
Actually, I would like to have Bethany back. How many of you have seen the GMX girls? Have you seen the GMX girls walking around? Do you know who Zia is? Which one of them is Zia? Okay. The skinny one who actually has real red hair. Like actual red hair.
Like I check the roots.
Yeah.
Just walk up to him and be like, hey, you're not natural red.
No.
You're not Zia.
But Bethany, one of the GMX girls, she's actually our Sakura, and she helped me found the podcast that we do right now. So she's my other half of this podcast, and
she completes you.
He complete me. But I don't know why. I just felt like I needed a mic. I'm a podcaster, for God's sake. I always need a mic.
But is there anything besides those things, that, hosting and all that we necessarily need? And you have a question.
Yeah, I was kind of curious. I mean, I'm probably, if I make a podcast, it'll be when I actually know what the heck I'm doing. But
don't wait on that.
It's just like doing a script for a movie or putting together a book. Write what you know. To just talk about what you know. And the one thing I know, unfortunately, a crap ton about is anime.
Anyway, you had a question.
Start now. You may throw out the first few episodes, but at least you'll learn what you're doing.
The question that came off the top of my head was, if you are a new podcaster, or just in general, if you're podcasting, how do you get it out to make it marketable?
I would love to answer this question. I think he can.
Yeah, I was just kind of curious because, if you just home.
The short answer is, and I'm sure he's got a way better answer than I do, but, we did a podcast at MTAC, and I'm doing more shameless self-promotion, where we talked with Travis Willingham and Laura Bailey. Now, obviously, they've done lots of stuff, Full Metal Alchemist and Shin-Chan and all this other stuff. But, right here, my shirt says Hadouken on it. I'm a huge Street Fighter fan, Guile and Chun-Li. So we talked for a good 5-10 minutes about, voice act, doing the special attacks and all the other stuff that goes into doing the voices for a fighting game, and how that differs from just their regular work and anime or video game voiceover. And because of that, I went to I don't know if there are any fighting game fans in here, but I went to Shoryuken.com. Any sort of fighting game community. I play Winter, Cross Counter TV, and it was like, we did an interview with Guile and Chun-Li. If you want to listen to it, check it out here. Just whatever you end up doing with your podcast, get involved with the communities online, because they're your target audience. They're already on the internet. They just have to click a link, and boom, they're there, and they're listening to something they're interested in. Not especially. We posted all the voice actor interviews we did on like the MTAC forums, and I don't know that we got some traffic there, not a huge amount. Most of the traffic we got was from Sunny Straight's Facebook page.
Hell yeah!
And Sunny Straight's an awesome guy, for giving us that shout out.
He is totally. He came up. See, I was. I don't know if you guys were around for FlubCon. Were you around
yes.
for FlubCon?
Yes.
Okay. I ran. All right. I'm the guy that ran the Naruto photo shoot, the Bleach photo shoot, the One Piece photo shoot, the Full Metal Alchemist photo shoot, and the Ouran High School host photo shoot.
I'm sorry about that last one.
I'm sorry about how the manga ended for all the fans of it. Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry for all the fans of it.
Yeah, you're sorry for all the fans of it. Yeah. It's okay. I think most of them left the Ouran side and went to Hitalia, which is like it's basically
Hey, we're
it's
we're evil Axis countries and we're all friends. Let's be friends with Germany.
All right.
How about you, Poland? You want to be my new friend?
No, the thing that's all right. Not only is the show retarded like that, but this is what pisses me off the most. It gets licensed in America before good anime does. Like,
oh no!
No, I'm sorry. They licensed Italia, but they didn't license Fairy Tail. Shame on you.
There's so many other good.
But okay, to get to your question, like you said, I would say interviews help. We got a lot of people paying attention to us when we had Kyle Hebert on. Again, community is very important. I know it's going to be difficult, but try to set up a community before you start your podcast. Fan page on Facebook, get word out on Facebook, because social networking sites, easiest way to spread word. I joke around about this on my podcast, and this is the joke that you can repeat to everybody else because I don't care. I have it patented, so every time you say it, I'll get a quarter.
Awesome.
But yeah, no, right? And it'll go to my podcast. No, but the 3 fastest ways to spread information are telephone, tell a friend, or tell a girl. I mean, it's just, it's the
girls aren't interested in video games. It's lame.
Bull crap. Do you know how many?
Are you gonna start telling people about my podcast now?
Do you know how many girls? You would be surprised to know how many girls I have actually sat down and trained to play Halo that went on to play in the MLG.
If you mention anything other than World of Warcraft to my wife, she just instantly zones out.
Oh, well, that's because it's World of Warcraft.
Yeah,
No, but it's like the gaming version of Facebook. Everybody's sick of it.
More like the.
I thought that was Farm.
No, actually, there's a lot of things. It just depends kind of on what are you. Honestly, I got a question for you. What do you want a podcast about? Have you figured that out?
Like top 3, maybe?
Top 3.
What are your top 3 things you want a podcast about? And I mean, it's always good to know in advance if you're going to have competition.
Well, I was thinking. Well, the thing I was talking about is history.
History? Okay. Well, I was going to say, if you're getting into anime, which anime specifically? Because, there's so many just general anime podcasts out there that the specific ones are actually doing really well because people want to hear sometimes about specific.
I'd have to go through because I've not watched a whole lot, but...
Believe it or not, we're the only actual, my Naruto podcast is the only Naruto podcast that is up on iTunes that is not that is not oh yeah, we did a podcast, but we stopped. Everything else ended, that was the reason why I did a Naruto podcast is because nobody was doing one that was ongoing. They did a couple and they figured out that podcasting, editing podcast was not for them.
That's some rather rich, fertile soil that you've stumbled upon. You're the...
only Naruto podcast on iTunes, and we are the longest running podcast.
You are the Daniel Plainview of Naruto podcasts. That's a There Will Be Blood joke.
I was gonna say, even though, I give them a lot of crap because yes, we are Narutards, and there's the whole pirates versus ninjas thing, but the actual real beef is that the One Piece crew and the One Piece people and the Naruto people would happily team up with each other to beat the shit out of some Bleach people. But there's no Bleach podcast, so I would say that if you wanted to get into an anime...
Oh, right, we're doing a Bleach podcast.
Yeah,
I haven't watched Bleach in weeks.